Going live.
Hey guys.
Oh my gosh. It's Tuesday. What day is it? Tuesday.
Eat time. Hey guys, we're on time too. Well, we're only 6 minutes.
I
That's
think
not
that's pretty on time. That's pretty good
for us. That's
considering.
pretty damn on time. It is. Let me just look at this, and I tell myself I'm not going to read comments while I'm doing tea time, and then I get sucked into that vortex of comment hell. You know what I mean?
I almost wish I didn't look at them, but I try. I try to see if there's anything cool and worth pinning up.
Well, yeah, you have that you have the fancy dancy, tag the comments in there, So, hey guys, hey, we're going to keep this one low key, right? We're going to try to do not so much drama.
We are not having a tea time guest today. We have had so many comments and so many new people hopping on that aren't really sure what we're doing here, why we're here, and why we're trying so hard to spread the word about paparazzi accessories. So we thought today we'd do a little bit of a recap for those of you who are new, because I know a lot of new people have come on from Savannah Marie. A lot of new people have come on from Roberta Blevins when they were guested on here. And we're excited to have you. And we thought instead of having you try to go back and try to figure out what was going on, we'd explain to you what tea time is and how it came about.
How
Sound good?
how did this clusterfuck happen, Tracy? I just don't
How did this
remember.
omega black hole star appear in the sky and suck us all in?
Besides the birth of paparazzi accessories, right? Besides that,
So we're going to give, Caroline called it the TCAP instead of recap, which I thought was cute. And
cute.
then we have a new segment for you guys tonight. We've got comment clapbacks.
Clap back.
Caroline is going to surprise us with some of the comments because, listen, Jerry and I don't really read the comments on YouTube or on the page. We see some of them as they live stream through here, but we just do not go through and read them all because we're busy trying to fight the cause instead of trying to see what our media and our press says. So Caroline's got some interesting clapback comments to read to us, and it's kind of in the vein of when people go on Jimmy Kimmel and read mean tweets. So you guys should enjoy this, right? She's supposed to pop on at the end and have some comment clapbacks.
And I'll tell you, do not know what she chose. And of course, we're going to have Caroline appear and read them because when she reads something, it just makes it all the more better or worse, whichever way you want to think about it. And so we have no idea what she has chosen to read. I know sometimes she just kicks back and laughs at all of these comments. Tracy and I will tell you this though, guys. We do have people who read the comments to give us constructive criticism. So we do get a lot of the, hate feedback. So Tracy and I can decide which ones to tell you to just fuck off or which ones are something we need to consider changing. And so there are some things that will be changing because we feel that we agree it needs to be changed, but most of them we're just like, you know what? Thank you for your opinion, but we really don't care.
Because let's be real, we're not professional broadcasters. We are two women who own businesses who are really unhappy with some bullshit we've watched go down. And we thought the rest of y'all might want to see said bullshit and know about it so you can make informed decisions about who you do business with on a go forward basis.
All right.
We got a lot to say, but we don't have a lot of time to say it in. So we made a concise bullet point summary
We
of how we
did.
got from there to here. I don't know if you want me to start or if
Oh,
you have any
I'm
opening
gonna have you.
salvos for the folks.
I'm gonna have you read the bullet points, and then I'll just do my little plugins and reactions like we always do.
Okay. So, Jerry and I met for the first time back in July of 2018 when we were both at our first paparazzi accessories convention to get our Rock the Runway Z necklaces, right? So, for those of you who are new here, paparazzi has a contest every year, and it's been run differently recently, but it used to be they would put up some contest rules and regulations, some benchmarks to meet, and the top 10 consultants who met those benchmarks for that contest won the opportunity to have a Z Collection necklace named after them, a signature series necklace, and they got to rock the runway with said necklace at convention, walk across the stage and parade the necklace that had been named in their honor for all the world to see.
Mine's
And
the girl
it
in it.
was, yeah, it
Just
was exciting, right? I mean, we're both proud of the fact that we met those accomplishments and benchmarks. And out of all the eligible consultants, we're one of the top 10 that won, right? Any thoughts, feelings?
yeah, you know what? A good point on that one is that when the final photograph of the whole lineup after Rock the Runway, who was dead center? Tracy and Geraldine side by side,
With
literally,
our little arms akimbo going
right? That picture,
right next to each other.
it's kind of kismet because that picture was all over the place and it was Tracy and Geraldine. And then look where we are now. It's almost goosebump effect, right? Paparazzi's like, we should have never have thrown those two in together because now we're fucked, right?
If they only knew then what they
They
know
only,
now, they
right.
probably wouldn't have let us stand next to each other.
I know, I know, right? Oh,
We met, but then we went our separate ways to carry on with our separate businesses, right? Jerry's in California, I'm in Kentucky. We were selling our jewelry, managing our teams, going about our lives. Went on a couple trips where we caught up with each other again. We were on the diamond trips. Um, I was a black diamond. Then the next year I was a pink diamond. Jerry, were you a black diamond? And then the next year you were Empire Diamond. Is that right?
I don't know. I think, I don't remember. Whatever, something.
Anyway,
I was a diamond.
the first year we went on a trip with a ton of people. The second year they had to split it into two groups because so many people had gotten a higher status for that diamond life of the party status, that we were on a trip with black diamonds, pink diamonds, and of course Jerry was the Empire because that year they had announced new ranks. The pink diamond was double the PV, the overall, the personal volume for the year before, which was black diamond, and Empire diamond was double even that. So it was quadruple black diamond. So Jerry was alone on stage for Empire Diamond, although I had joined her on stage when they announced Pink Diamond. After that, they cleared the stage and said, no, Jerry, come back. So we were doing pretty well with our businesses, right? I was in the top 10. Jerry was number one. We were not doing badly as consultants selling our jewelry.
That was the shining circus monkey
Yes.
expose moment. I call it a circus monkey because paparazzi thinks you're scum of the earth until they want to use you as a circus monkey. So just saying.
I mean, you have no opinion and no value until they can prance you across the stage for their own marketing and
Correct.
hold you up to all the other consultants and say, see, you too could be given accolades and shopping sprees and fancy crowns if you would just work your business harder. That was July, August of, I want to say 2019. That
Yep.
fall, we went on another diamond trip. Then in January, they had a passport vacation where we all got on a cruise ship and went to the Western Caribbean,
Mhm.
right? We went to Cayman Islands, we went to Cozumel, Mexico, and did we have three stops? I feel like we had three stops, and I feel like I forgot one.
Who knows?
Grand Cayman, Cozumel, anyway. Um, Jerry was also on that trip, and I actually did not see you on that boat. Not one time did I run into you on that boat. I was in my room or a friend's room most of the time trying to avoid crowds, and I think you were doing the same thing just in another part of the ship, right?
And
Just trying to avoid crowds because the
I
boat
was
was
top
crazy big
earner.
and
I was
crowded.
top earner on that trip, so I was in one of the top rooms for that trip, and I only probably left my room besides going off to the excursions, right? Because I went to Chichen Itza, even the excursions I chose with a very small group of people. Like there was only four of us, so I could just have
Did
some
you
time.
go to Chichen
Like
Itza? Is that what you're trying to say?
I went to Chichen Itza. I took a private plane to Chichen Itza with
I'm
my.
jealous because I really want to go there sometime.
It was good.
I
So
love some ancient aliens.
It was a private plane with only two other people who did not know who I was until my twin sister opened her big mouth. And then we were in a private tour as well, which was so nice, right?
That is cool.
It was. So it was for me, I wanted to make it more private than circus monkey paparazzi. And so I did a very good job, and a lot of people did not see me on the boat. By design.
Right. February of 2020 rolls around. Caroline and I on this boat had an altercation with an employee of the ship, the cruise line that we were on, Norwegian Cruise Lines. We were with some friends. One of them was married to a gentleman who was in an electric scooter because he had Lou Gehrig's disease and several other medical complications and was on oxygen. They wouldn't let him off the boat with his scooter, even though we were attempting to disassemble his scooter and carry it into the tender. Anyway, what started out as the discussion about Americans with Disabilities Act and how this boat was violating his rights because they would not let him off the boat with assistance with his medical device turned into paparazzi canceling my account. And the reason for canceling my account was that I did not have a positive attitude at a paparazzi sponsored event. I did a whole video with my daughter, Caroline, who worked my business with me the entire time I was in paparazzi to explain all the details of that. We read our compliance emails back and forth, the discussion that went back and forth about the fact that they were penalizing me for trying to help somebody whose rights were being violated, but I didn't smile and say that it was okay and we would just move on quietly while everyone was disparaged. So I was canceled for not having a positive attitude at a paparazzi sponsored event. So that's
While
2020.
while they were scrutinizing somebody with a disability.
Yeah. I could say a whole lot more about that, and I have said a whole lot more about that, but this is just meant to be a recap. And really, we did a video about it. It was our paparazzi horror story, and it's there for anybody who wants to review it. But needless to say, I was no longer a paparazzi consultant after February of 2020. In August of 2020, I got my first cease and desist letter from Paparazzi Accessories. They were telling me that even though I had purchased all of my product from them and they had given me the opportunity to use their stock photos, I no longer had the right to use those and I needed to cease and desist immediately having any of their stock photos for the sale of their products. So when I got canceled, I had over 150,000 pieces of their jewelry in my possession that I had purchased wholesale through them, but I was no longer allowed to use their stock photos because they're only for current consultants. So that was my first cease and desist letter. I got my second cease and desist letter a couple months later because then I was no longer allowed to use pictures of my necklace, the Tracy, the Signature Series necklace that was named after me. I wasn't allowed to use their pictures of my necklace, even though they were using my name still.
And
That had never been taken. And my image was still on the website under my Life of the Party when you got to do a Blockbuster photo shoot, my picture was on the website for the entire year after I was canceled, but I wasn't allowed to use their photos, but they were allowed to use mine. Interesting.
And signature.
And my actual signature. That's correct. I started making videos about how unfair paparazzi was treating people. I talked about my cease and desist letter. I did my first videos in August of 2020. That's when
Sorry, could you say that again?
I will say it again. My apologies, Siri. That was when I got my first clapback video from Furby. So the founder's brother started making videos about me making videos. Savannah Marie, funnily enough, Caroline went back through the records and showed that I had gotten a group message from the anti-MLM police and Savannah Marie. And Savannah was asking me, so what's your paparazzi story? I'd love to get some details. And I didn't answer her. I didn't answer because when she said, what's your paparazzi story? The idea of explaining to people what had happened with my account and how I had been canceled and discarded like I was garbage after I'd worked so hard and spent so much money was just overwhelming to me. I was very depressed. I was really down. I just couldn't talk about it. So I literally just never responded to that message. we're going to roll down through to February of 2021.
Oddly enough, Tracy, I did not even know that you were making disparaging videos about paparazzi until Furry Furface said that. And then that's when I was like, whoa, like I knew you were canceled. I didn't know why. And that's when I started looking at your videos. So prior to that, I had no idea. So thank you, Furby, for
Yeah,
letting me
I
know.
really should thank him. I
Yeah,
really should thank him because his clapback was what got anybody to look at all.
it
Because it's
did.
not like I didn't have friends on Facebook,
Correct.
but I was just going about my life and not really talking about paparazzi anymore. And nobody understood what was going on. And most people don't want to hear a video about bad things, right? They just want everything to be sunshine and rainbows and lollipops and unicorns. And my video was about how shitty my experience had been there. And I was told, you should leave with class.
Hmm.
People who leave the company should just leave with class. Just be quiet and go about your business. You must have done something wrong, or you wouldn't be canceled because the world is ultimately fair in paparazzi. So there's no way that it wasn't your fault. So sit down and be quiet.
And that's the only way that you can continue to be successful because all of your paparazzi friends would then support you. Otherwise, you're scum of the earth.
Right. Here comes February 2021. And I get a message. Jerry's canceled. So, Jerry, you want to talk about your experience? That was a year later than me, almost to the day. Did we not look at our compliance emails? Were they not on the same day? Was it not February 20 something?
Yeah, mine was the 22nd.
That was the day after my birthday. It literally, I believe we got canceled on the same day 1 year later.
Correct. Correct. So the year that Tracy was canceled, I actually was triple Empire. But of course their convention had not happened yet, but I was already triple Empire for that. What did I haven't told I've told my story, but not here on Tea Time, and they wanted me to do it today. And I hate telling my story. I've told it one time in the Crack the Crown page. I haven't rewatched it yet, but they were telling me it's like very emotional because there's a lot of portions of my story I don't talk about. It's private. So I'm not going to get into it today. I just don't want to emotionally go through that. My
That's okay.
my sadness turns into rage, right? And that's where Raging Jerry comes in. However, when they canceled me, they said it was because I was having the not that I did cross recruit, that I had the potential to cross recruit. And I, in their policies and procedures, and I have it saved from when I was a consultant because I read, it said that you can belong to two MLMs just as long as you keep them completely separate, which is exactly what I did. They were totally separate. And so they canceled me saying that I had the potential to cross recruit. They didn't have any proof that I did cross recruit, right? And so that's in a nutshell why I was canceled. There's a whole bunch before that when that after that year that Tracy got canceled and I started watching Tracy's videos, there's more that enraged me because I was already pissed off at the way that paparazzi was treating their consultants. I was not quiet about it. I reached out to paparazzi. I had a private conversation with Summer in person, face to face, where I was very poignant on what I had to say, to include someday, Summer, somebody like me is going to sue your asses. That's how bad it was. And I was a consultant at the time. I got tired of them canceling my team members for no fucking reason whatsoever. And I wasn't just keeping my mouth shut about it. And I was not the girl to say, just follow their policies and procedures and you're going to be okay. That's not me. So there was a lot that went with it. And I can tell you that to this day, I was going to make a list, but I didn't want to be that petty. I have consultants who are doing the same exact thing I did. And although they're turned into compliance, they are not canceling them. Same exact thing. Optavia coaches, Bellamy people, Color Street people, two different MLM pages, and they're not canceling them, yet I was canceled. So it wasn't because of that I was canceled. I'll tell you that right fucking now. Um, so I was canceled then. And I went into a deep depression, really bad, but I was lucky enough to snap out of it pretty quickly because my twin sister and my friends were like, get your ass up and go kick ass like you do. But I was very depressed. I was suicidal. That's something I wasn't going to say, but I'll say it. I was suicidal. So Even though I was pissed off at paparazzi, it's hard to explain what they do to you with the brainwashing. That'll be a whole nother tea time. And this is why I didn't want to talk about it, because it's still,
And
for me,
that's okay.
yeah, for me to admit that I was suicidal, that's a huge deal because I have a very strong personality, a very fuck you personality. And no matter what you're going to do to me, you're not going to tear me down. So I flipped it, and then I started doing videos on my Feisty Ink page. That was completely separate from paparazzi. I started doing videos on that page and kind of telling my story a little bit more with a whole lot of F bombs. You could still see those videos up to this day, actually, on the Feisty Ink page. Um, and then convention happened. And I was about ready to give up, not give up. I was about ready to be done bad mouthing paparazzi and just heal and move on. Really, I was like right there, just like, I've said enough, I've done enough. Fuck them. I'm just going to move on. That's where I was when convention happened. And I think Tracy was right about there too.
I had finally kind of moved on from being just lost, like not knowing what to do with my house full of this product and not being told I can't sell it with their pictures. Like, I'm at home, I got a light box, I'm taking pictures of jewelry, I'm trying to load it on a website, I'm trying to get rid of it, I'm trying to get my life back in order. And a friend of mine named Leah Fleischman sends me a message. She was a paparazzi consultant at the time. She had gone to the convention in Las Vegas. I want to say it was the second day of convention. She sends me a note and she is just beside herself. Leah has MS. She has multiple sclerosis, and she is in. She's just incapable of walking without a medical device. She chooses at this point to utilize a walker rather than an electronic scooter or cart to try to keep her muscles toned as long as she can, trying to use her body as long as her body will work. So Leah goes to convention with her walker, walks into a general session with her badge, tries to sit down, and has her medical device taken from her by security. Now, this is private security hired by Paparazzi Accessories for this event. It was not MGM personnel, it was private paparazzi security for the event. She had her walker taken away from her, and she was told she had to go down the stairs and find a seat for herself without assistance, and that she was given a luggage tag, like a claim tag you would get when you drop your bag at the gate at the airport, and they tell you, use this claim ticket to come back and get it. She was told to give this claim ticket to a security personnel when she was ready to go, and they would go and retrieve her walker for her and have it at the door of the event center. This event center holds, I think when I looked, over 17,000 people. So she's supposed to go find somebody at a main door, an exit door at the top of the stadium, because it's stadium seating. You have to go down many, many flights of stairs. Even from the center entrance, you can either go up or down. You have to go downstairs. She wasn't allowed to use the elevator to go to the first floor, so she didn't have to go around stairs, and she had her walker taken. And I know this sounds like a lot of detail, but there's a reason why. She's upset. She goes and finds a seat. At one point during the general session, she's trying to leave. She gets up, holding onto a rail, gets to a point where there is no railing, and falls. No one would help her get up. She couldn't get herself up. She was hurt. She was crying. And I'm telling you this because she said it was okay for me to mention it, although it is quite upsetting to hear. She soiled herself. She lost bladder control because that's part of her illness. She was trying to get to a restroom. She couldn't get out of the building. So she's laying on the floor of the MGM Grand Arena. No security to help her. No one would pay attention. And had no walker anywhere near her. Wasn't even in the arena, much less off to the side in a secure place where she could access it or ask for someone to access it for her. It took them, I believe she told me, over 45 minutes to find her walker for her after she gave them the claim ticket because no one could find it. So I'm beside myself. She's back in the hotel room at this point. She's telling me the story, and I'm just disgusted. So I go live and I tell people what has happened to my friend. Because this is not the first Americans with Disabilities Act violation, right? Like, this is the second one. So I've been talking about what happened on that boat. And now here they come with this absolute pattern of disregard for people with any kind of illness.
Second one that you only know of. Since
That,
then,
yeah,
so many,
that
right?
someone I personally
Right,
know was put through.
right.
She's telling me no one's wearing a mask. There's no security. There's no help. There's no assistance. Everybody's packed in here like cattle. It's crazy. It's nuts. Leah goes back to the hotel room with assistance, never goes back, never goes back into the arena. And finally, after 2 or 3 days, one of her cousins or somebody came to get her. She'll tell her story at some point. So we already know that this is a cluster. I'm talking about that. I'm talking about the fact that people were there and not following the CDC guidelines, and that everybody was, just treated like cattle in this day and age with COVID rampant in the city. Doesn't take long. Week and a half, 2 weeks later, we start hearing the stories of the people who are ill.
Now, during this time, I had not seen any of Tracy's videos, but I was getting messages from people about what happened at convention. And they kept on saying, Jerry, are you going to go live and talk about this? And I'm like, no, I'm going to move on. I'm going to move on. And it was until I found out about the deaths of the consultants. And a friend of mine at the time, she started hearing about the deaths of the consultants, and she sent me a link how all of the replicated websites of the people who have passed away were gone this quick. Gone, gone, gone. And I was fuming pissed. This is when I do my video. And those of you who saw this video, it was pretty intense, and I didn't give a shit anymore. Like, I took all gloves are off now. Like, I'm done with paparazzi. Done. Disgusted. I didn't think I could get any more disgusted by paparazzi until I found out what happened at that convention, and that just threw me over the edge. That video went viral on Facebook. It got deleted off of Facebook, not because people were complaining about it. My Facebook is glitchy as fuck. Like, every time I turn around, I have something deleted or gone. It just went through a glitchy hell. But Savannah Marie, who I did not know, I knew of Savannah Marie, but she didn't know that I knew of her or anything. She had taken that video and she made a video of that video, and my face is blurred out because she was trying to, but everybody knew it was me, right? And when I saw the video again, because I did not rewatch that video after I did it, it was like a 4 hour video. I was angry. I was so angry, and I talked a lot. I didn't just talk about convention. I threw so many people under the bus in that video, and I told my story as well. And so that is on, you can catch that video on Savannah Marie. She plays like 2.5 hours of the 3.5 hours of that video. So not a lot of it is cut out. So you can see that on Savannah Marie's page. And that's when all hell broke loose. All hell broke loose. Now, at this moment, I don't remember who contacted who first, if Tracy contacted me or I contacted you. Do you remember? I don't either.
I think it was just like, I think we were messengering back and forth, and when we finally got on the phone, like, what do they say on SpongeBob? 7 hours later, we
Yeah,
finally
right.
hung up because it was not just a catch up, but it was what can we do? Like, we started planning right away about joining forces and reaching both of our audiences to at least spread the word about this, because we were so upset. And at that point, we're talking about it, all of the deaths hadn't even been announced. We hadn't even gotten to the point where we knew that paparazzi had erased their replicated websites immediately and pretended like they didn't exist. We kept waiting for someone to make a statement. Then we start seeing the cover-up posts. The post from E that said, take all your pictures down.
My video covered all that. That video, when I went live, I even blasted E's email. Like I knew about the replicated websites going down. So by the time I went live for the convention thing, it was quite a few weeks later, and everybody,
Okay. I was trying to
yeah.
remember like when we
So I
started hearing all that stuff.
right, I blasted, and then when we called each other, I told you, I'm like, look at this, look at what E did, and look at what the company's doing, and so
Like between the two of us, it was just clear that we were both determined to do something. So their convention happened the very last couple days of July, the first couple days of August of 2021. We started doing videos in August. And then because people on the videos kept saying, you should make a group, you should make a group, we did. I created a group called Recovery and Paparazzi Consultants on September the 10th of 2021. And that was within, I guess, 5 weeks of everything happening. And we started getting the stories immediately. The stories of people who were there, the stories of people who didn't go and why, the stories of people who were friends with folks that passed away, getting the information about the cover up. Everyone waiting for a comment from paparazzi, not understanding why the company's not saying a thing. And then the defense starts. All the Huns. It's not paparazzi's fault. This is no big deal. Move on. Be positive.
so at this point, paparazzi was not paparazzi. The only person who had really been vocal against paparazzi after getting canceled was Tracy. They're very successful with as soon as you either voluntarily leave or you get canceled, your uplines call you right away and say, don't talk bad about paparazzi. You can be successful if you don't. I mean, the brainwashing continues and continues. And if you don't do what they say, here comes the bullying, right? And Tracy had already experienced some bullying. I did, of course, but you guys already know I'm a big FU. But when we did our tea time, because I told Tracy, this is, you know what? Everybody wants to see us do something together because Tracy was elevating her videos. I was elevating my videos. We were on fire. Everybody kept on messaging us. We want to see you do something together. So I called Tracy. I said, let's do something. We're going to call it tea time and we're going to do this. And so we planned it out. And that's how that came about. But as soon as we started tea time is when the real bullying started. Before, it was nothing compared to what it was when we did tea time. The bullying was insane. Insane.
When we started the Recovering Paparazzi Consultants group, originally it was just an open group where we thought everybody could come in. And then the Huns started hitting up the group and trying to bully everybody who was posting that they were leaving. They were disgusted. They were unhappy. They didn't know what to do. So we closed the group, and then we had to start monitoring membership and having people answer questions because now it's intended for people who are no longer paparazzi consultants anymore because we're not putting up with the people in there trying to convince others that it's still a good company to be with. We're like, you know what? You make your own choices, and when you're out, we've got a group to support you. But until then, we're not letting you waffle back and forth in this group environment. We're not there for you.
Not just
So
that, they would pick people out of that group and then target them and go after them and bully them when they did nothing. Maybe they just liked one of my posts or they liked somebody else's post or they said, I'm so done with paparazzi. And they were coming after them and bullying them so hard that we had to close the group.
then we found out that paparazzi was screenshotting comments that people made in the group, having any kind of critique or criticism about paparazzi and their experience with the company and canceling their consultancies. So paparazzi spying in our Recovering Paparazzi Consultant group. People are reporting folks that are in there trying to get them canceled because that's the brainwashing of paparazzi, right? If I get this lady canceled, I can scoop up her market share. That's less competition for me. So that whole Papa Fam thing, that is so fake. It is as fake as a $3 bill.
Very much. Very much. I was bullied in paparazzi always, continuously. So the bullying outside of paparazzi doesn't mean anything because I was bullied like 3 years out of the 4 that I was in paparazzi. So
Constantly being reported
constantly.
you put your head down and work, or you sit around all day and worry about it. I was more of a put my head down and work until I tried to get on and order new and found out my account was suspended, right? You always find out your account suspended before you get the email, because they never have enough courtesy to, let you know before you get canceled, and then you have to prove yourself innocent to whatever trumped up bullshit charge it was. Um, our group now, Recovering Paparazzi Consultants on Facebook, has over 2,400 people in it, and we just started in September the 10th, you guys.
That's
It's
how
the biggest anti-paparazzi group in the country.
she started it on my birthday, although that's not what she intended to do, but she started it on my birthday.
A lot of stuff, like we got canceled right around my birthday. We started this on your, but see, we do a lot of good stuff on our birthdays.
And we got canceled the same day, a year apart from paparazzi. Is
Like,
that
apparently they just don't enjoy February. Maybe their Valentine's days are disappointing because they're such jerks. No one loves them. I don't know. Just saying.
don't know.
Don't know.
Don't know.
So, we did our first tea time on September 28th.
Nice.
We decided to use StreamYard as a platform because we already knew that our videos were constantly getting reported or taken down. And we thought, at least if we put it on this platform, we'll have a private recording of it and we can take it to YouTube and no one can keep taking our videos down. Because that's the other thing. Like, Jerry's video got taken down. Everybody's like, they made her take it down. Paparazzi sent her a cease and desist. I'm like, nah, bitch, Facebook took it down. Quit being drama. It's still available
It actually
on Savannah Marie's.
Yeah, Facebook did not remove it. Glitched. Even when I was going live all the time for the boutique, it wasn't. It my Facebook is glitchy AF, man. I'm telling you, so glitchy.
And we can't, I mean, what are you going to do about it? We don't pay. I tell everybody, we don't pay for Facebook. It's something we use. We're glad to have social media. We have to work within the boundaries of it. So we got StreamYard now. Our videos are all recorded. They're broadcast to multiple pages, and we put them up to YouTube so that everybody can watch them later. We've had some really amazing guests and some really cool stuff happen that I'm sure if we did not have a backup on YouTube would have been really awful to lose.
Yeah. Because of course we're not going to lose the videos that we're totally crappy. We're going to lose the videos that we want to keep.
So this whole movement started. It's a butterfly effect, because one thing happened in January of 2019 or 2020 and then moved on to convention. And because Jerry and I had met all those years ago and had the same terrible experience 1 year apart, we got together to start sharing our bad experiences. And that is the thing that no one had bothered to do before.
Nope.
Compare bad experiences and talk about how we were literally treated like crap after working our asses off for this company. But it didn't even matter how we were treated after people died. And they were made into memories without even the recognition that they had passed away or condolences. We realized no one there has any value. So we started looking into everyone's experiences. How are they working within the parameters of the Federal Trade Commission's rules about anti-pyramid business structures? We're getting people's stories and we're collecting them. We're reaching out to state's attorney general. We're reaching out to all of the FTCs and the consumer protection agencies and just trying to figure out how we can all, as business people, get some of our money back from being duped by this company. And then the other stories start rolling in. Because once we start all talking in a group, we start getting the medical stories.
Yep.
So if you watched last week's Tea Time, you heard Karen talk about this is the third or fourth thing they've accused the company of, and this is the only one with meat that claims about the jewelry. We're not popping from claim to claim or giving anything up at all about our other claims. We're just finding more stuff out and realizing that people have so many causes of action to be angry at this company. So when the medical claims started rolling in, this jewelry broke out my skin. This jewelry caused me to have rings around my neck. We started talking. You know what? My Z necklace turned my neck green and black. Caroline's wrist. She had a horrible eczema reaction to wearing some of these bracelets. I know she's got a nickel allergy. That's why we joined paparazzi in the first place. They said they were nickel and lead free. Maybe we should test the jewelry and see if they're telling the truth. So what'd we do? We sent some stuff into a lab, y'all. Now, we have gotten some interesting clapback about our lab results, but our lab results were from a lab that was recommended to us by Mississippi State University's chemistry department as the commercial lab that was capable of testing heavy metals in consumer products. So, as much as we have gotten emails back from paparazzi's compliance department stating that they're concerned because it's an agricultural testing facility, no, bitch. It's just a testing facility. Do they happen to be located in Tennessee? Yes. Do they also test for agricultural needs? Of course they do. But it doesn't make them any less capable of testing for heavy metals. But that's okay, boo, because we're going to test some more jewelry at a lab that, who did they say we were supposed to be under the guise of? The Consumer Products Safety Commission? Was that it?
Yes.
No worries, friends. It's our next step.
Hmm. So the journey continues. There's a whole bunch of rumors out there that we have had lawsuits delivered to our door and we're to appear in court. That hasn't happened yet. Do I think it's going to happen? Sure. Sure.
If
Everybody
we
asks,
don't file first, we're going to court at some point.
right. Everybody asks me, am I afraid of getting the letter to go to court? And I said, if I was afraid of that, I started this because I know how companies play dirty. What are you going to take from me, paparazzi? My house? Fine. I'll sleep in my truck. But for me, getting the truth out there is more important than them getting away with this disgusting shit that they do. The lives that they ruin, not positively change. Oh yeah, they're changing lives, but it's not for the positive. And the only ones that lives are changing positively are the ones that have no ethics, no scruples, and they have no problem taking money from other people by lying to them and lining their pockets. I'm sorry, I can't do it. I already feel guilty enough for the 3 years I was in that disgusting company. This is the mission I chose. This is the path I'm walking. It comes with sacrifice, and I don't give a shit. I don't give a
I
shit.
do not think for 1 minute that this is not going to be hard and take a really long time. For those of you who don't know my background and Jerry's background, she'll explain hers, but I am an attorney. I practiced in the area of tax and unclaimed property law. But I am aware through many years of training. I'm 50 years old, almost 51 years old. I graduated from law school in 1995. I mean, I've been around a hot minute. Um, I know that there are people out there that like to call us middle aged, and I'm like, yes, girl, I want to be middle aged. I hope I live to 102 because I'll be 51 next month. So I hope I am middle aged. That would be amazing. That means I got 51 more years to kick ass and take names. But the process here is lengthy, and we know that. And we're in it for the long haul. And Jerry's background, I mean, you can explain it better than me, but she worked for in the legal arena as well.
I did. I come from medical background primarily, and then that took me. I was there for 23 years, but through that course of it, I started working for the union, which is United Steelworkers, and we had like 7,500 employees that we would represent. And then International United Steelworkers picked me up, and a lot of you who knew me when I was working paparazzi, not working, whatever, selling paparazzi, I would sell from my hotel rooms, and I couldn't tell you what state I was in or where I was at because I was literally going in and investigating companies who were violating labor laws or union contracts to gather information to build a case against them and take them to court in class action lawsuits, labor law violation lawsuits. So I worked a lot with lawyers and in that industry. I also gathered huge teams for Intel. This is probably very eye-opening for you guys. So I did this for many years toward the end of my career. And then I voluntarily left my day career to be a paparazzi consultant full time.
I also closed my law practice to be a paparazzi consultant full time. So we've got a lot of collective experience working outside of paparazzi accessories in the real world that and understand how the legal system works, and a whole lot of inside intel about paparazzi accessories that the average law firm probably wouldn't be able to find out. So we've certainly got a very unique perspective on finding all the different ways that people might have a cause of action against paparazzi. And don't think we're not investigating every facet of that. If you hold up a gemstone and see all the facets polished into that gemstone, that's as many causes of action as people have for claims against this company for their behavior and the way they operate.
Mm-hmm. So there's a lot to do. I mean, and now we have, fast forward to today, we have a huge admin team that helps us. Thank God, because we have so many people involved in the group. We got on Clubhouse, which they had to beg me to get on Clubhouse, but that was the best thing ever. So you guys can follow us on Clubhouse. So we've also helped with that forum, which is very helpful for people because if they're still afraid to talk or go into our Crack the Crown group, because we still have people undercover in there still harassing people, which is whatever, right? We also have people undercover in your groups, boo. Anyhow, um, they can go into Clubhouse and hear without speaking, or if they do come up and speak, some of them hide their identity and their voices. So that's a super cool tool that we've used. So even though we're 2,400 strong and Crack the Crown, we're still thousands strong who are trying to find a way out of the company because they have such a tight hold on people. And if you don't know, if you're watching this for the first time and you're like, it's $5 jewelry, this sounds ridiculous. It is the power of brainwashing and the power that this company has over you. They make you feel like you are nothing without them, and they have infiltrated your entire life to make sure that everything you do, say, or surround yourself with is paparazzi, and you will feel like nothing if you leave them. Or if they make you leave, if they fire you, right? Even though you're not an employee. So that's a history. You guys can go onto YouTube and watch all those crazy videos. A lot of it, we do expose the bullying on a lot of those videos. So people who think that me and Tracy are just mean girls coming after people like Karen Todd, you colossal piece of shit. No, we are not bullies. It's quite the opposite. They are bullies. The Patty Shevlin video, people are like, oh, poor Patty. Really? Because we can do a whole 3-hour video about how Patty harassed me to get me on Tea Time with her harassed TikToks, bullying, telling everybody she was going to destroy me. I will be nothing afterwards if I do not face her. So, guys, the only difference is me and Tracy will tell paparazzi people to fuck off. If that makes me a bully, you are very, very blind to what's going on.
I mean, the founder's brother called us, what were you, Princess Fiona, and I was Mama
June.
June, and Caroline was Honey Boo Boo. I
Mhm.
mean, talk about bullying. I don't believe we've shamed anybody's personal appearance. We've only shamed their actions, and those were shame-worthy actions. So if we're bullies, then you certainly are of a higher level of bully than we are. But that's okay because all of these attempts to distract us from the work at hand isn't going to be successful. We are working every day toward our goal of exposing both the toxicity of the jewelry, the products that they're selling into the US market, the operations that are violating the pyramid scheme rules for the FTC. We're working on exposing personal bullying where people are attacking independent consultants are attacking former consultants, either in the media or through cyberbullying. All of these things are being documented and sent to the appropriate states and the appropriate federal agencies. So before you start spoofing phone numbers and calling people while they're trying to sell products on a live show, or having a national day of prayer where you call us demons and try to ensure that we're supposed to be bound from, it's not going to work, because all of the evil that you're promulgating is coming to light. And you know what happens when somebody shines a light on evil? It dissipates and loses its power. So we wanted to give you guys a summary of what we're doing here, what our goal is here. And let's be clear, our goal is to bring Paparazzi Accessories down. We're not here to get them to change the way they operate. We're here to get them to stop operating altogether, because let's be real. Their culture is so deeply ingrained into the human beings that they still have working for them that there's no way that it's ever going to change. It's going to continue to be operated this way. So if we bring it into light and people don't give them money and buy their crappy product, maybe they'll just fade away and be a horrible memory. You know, kind of like what they did with the consultants who used to work with them that passed away from their convention. They'd like those to fade away, wouldn't they?
Yeah, nobody liked it very much when I read the names off in my video.
We appreciate the attention that folks are helping to bring to this cause. When you call your local media stations, when you write to your state elected officials, or your attorneys general, or to your federal senators and Congress people, when you reach out to online media and spread the word, share the videos, you're helping to bring information to light that people need to make good business decisions. We do have a fundraiser that we have changed from a PayPal account now to a site called mightycause.com. It's for anybody who'd like to help donate for the cost, to offset the cost of testing the jewelry for heavy metals and other toxicants, and also for potential legal fees for when we find the right firm to represent all of us as former consultants and consumers of these products. Is it tagged? I want to say, I'm not sure if it's tagged or pinned.
It's pinned in the milkshake.
It's pinned in the milkshake. Okay. Our Crack the Crown fundraiser page is there. We do Clubhouse twice a week. We do an after tea time Clubhouse where people are welcome to come up and talk for 2 minutes. And then on Thursdays, we do Tell Your Story Thursday, where we give everybody on stage 4 minutes to tell their paparazzi story. We're always open to having guests on tea time if you would like to tell your story. But if you would like to just send it to the Crack the Crown Facebook page just to make sure that you're included, you're welcome to. Can you think of any other communication ones I've forgotten? We got Twitter and Instagram. I don't know. Do we have all that?
TikTok.
Everything.
Yeah.
TikTok's really gonna be fun this week. Somebody by the name of Colleen Nicole. I don't know who that is. I have no idea. Do you, Jerry?
I do know who Colleen Nicole is. Was I supposed to say no or yes? Sorry, my assistant came in here.
Oh, she's gonna post this on her Facebook page now and be like, Jerry does know who I am. Y'all see this?
Oh, was I
some irrelevant person named Colleen Nicole? She's like an impressionista or whatever. And
are you sure she's not a Starbucks
has made
barista?
A TikTok clipping clips from Jerry's lives in the recovery group, telling people to
fuck off.
Yes. And she is now saying that we are not a helpful group.
So stupid. Y'all, those videos are right in there. You can clip me saying fuck off about 3,000 times. And actually in that group, the people I'm telling fuck off to was the paparazzi trolls in that group. So if it's a good TikTok, I'll actually link it to my TikTok so you guys can see it. I don't know when the trolls are going to realize that anything you think you have dug up about me, you dig hard and you can't find shit. You know why? Everything is right here in front of you. I'm not hiding anything, Colleen Nicole, who gets arrested. I'm not hiding anything when you say you're back in rehab, and you can publicly say you're back in rehab because you're proud about that, but you're actually arrested. You know what I'm saying? Colleen Nicole, none
Oh
of
no,
that.
she wouldn't even admit she was in rehab. She said she was in the hospital for a
Oh,
seizure because we stressed her so much.
sorry. Got it. So come on,
Yep.
boo boo.
Maybe she got a cell right next to her
Keep on
boyfriend
dating.
who's currently
If
in
you
jail.
if
Yeah.
you need more TikTok content, record this. Fuck you, Colleen Nicole. Fuck you. There's plenty of it out there. I drop F-bombs all day long like the day is long. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
I don't want to act. Sorry, I don't want to act too mean girly while I'm sitting.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Okay, so this is the portion of the show. Oh my God, help us. I know Caroline is so excited. This is called the, what did we decide to call it?
This is
Clapback. Caroline's comment clapback.
So
Caroline's
Caroline is going to, she reads through all of them and she just cracks herself up with all of the comments. She's going to read comments to us. Tracy and I are not privy to what these comments are. We decided to call it clapback because if you watch previous tea times, I always talk about clapping back, bitches, clapping back. You want to come at me? I'll clap back. So this is your guys' clapbacks to us, whether they're nice, not nice, mean, sweet, funny, we don't know. And this is going to be a genuine reaction between the two of us. God help you. Buckle up, buttercups. I have no idea what I'm going to say or
I'm
do.
so excited. Okay,
I believe we'll have
so
tiny hand
these
reactions.
are going to be a mix of mean comments, nice comments, funny comments that we get on our YouTube channel, on Savannah's channel, on all kinds of places, on our Facebook pages, all of them. So I'm gonna start with this one. This one is from Virginia Lee Smith. She said, "You all are full of crap, talking shit, but yet you won't talking shit when you were selling it. Nobody made any of you sell the jewelry, but yet most of you did. Something you shouldn't have. And they let you go. So now you are mad because you aren't making that money anymore. So now you are slandering a company. You didn't give a crap until you, Jerry, got canned."
Canned. You got canned.
Hey, Virginia.
Okay. So since that was my slam, Virginia, you have to be a little bit more original, right? That's
You're going to have
the
to get up early in the morning, Virginia.
That's the most easiest thing that you can say. What you don't know about me, Virginia, is all the shit I talked to paparazzi prior to leaving. And I really did think that I could make it a better environment because I believed that the founders were hiding behind their horrible compliance team. Come to find out, of course, that's not true because they say we have nothing to do with compliance. So that way it's their scapegoat of their disgustingness and they have everything to do with compliance. And I was naive to think that I could make change, even though I did tell them in a group chat that I thought that they were full of shit. So you honestly don't know anything, Virginia, but thank you for your feedback. I appreciate it. And just to be aware, I make more money now than what I did when I was in paparazzi. Have a good day.
See, this is
I got canned. I got canned, bitches. Canned.
you got canned.
Canned like spam. I was canned like spam.
That's poke shoulder and ham.
Okay, so remember, you guys, we're gonna do a mix of all the comments.
Okay.
This one's from Katie. "Found you guys awesome ladies from Savannah's channel, and I love the work and mission y'all are on. Your experience added to your engaging and entertaining personalities has been turning the tides like nothing I've seen in the community. Legit saving lives, marriages, and families from a money draining cult. Bravo, ladies, keep it up."
I'm teared up. That is so freaking sweet. Who is that from?
From Katie.
Katie rocks!
God dang, Katie, thank you. Wow, that was very sweet. I appreciate that, Katie. I bet you're an amazing human being as well, especially since you love Savannah Marie. I love Miss Savannah. I love Savannah Marie. That was sweet.
So this comment is from Beast Ghost.
Beast Ghost?
Beast Ghost.
Okay.
She said, "I've been watching Tea Time for a few days straight, and now I'm getting ads with laughing white women saying shit like double your revenue stream."
Okay, note to self: don't drink anything while she's reading it. Almost came out of my nose. I almost spewed. I almost spewed my water out of my nose. I am so sorry about that. But that's not us. Ew.
So, this comment is from our YouTube channel where we played the videos of Furby talking about us being Honey Boo Boo and Mama June. This comment is from Victoria Maybe. She commented while we were playing the videos and said, "Who is this clown?" I just thought it was simply hilarious. Who is this clown? Who is this clown?
Well, I
Who is this
believe that they're probably loath to admit it, but he is Trent Kirby's brother.
The founders.
The founder of Paparazzi
Paparazzi.
Accessories, along with his wife, Misty
Yes.
Kirby, and the sister-in-law, Shawnee Reeves, and her husband, Ryan Reeves.
Yes.
Yes.
This one's from Cynthia Matthews.
Okay.
I'm no prude, but the amount of cursing and shouting in front of experts was super embarrassing.
Did we shout and cuss in front of the experts? I think I did a really good job on that tea time. I maybe said fuck once. Maybe once.
Do you think that the experts didn't know us beforehand?
But I swear,
You may have had secondary embarrassment, but we had zero embarrassment.
I felt like I was mother. I have to rewatch that video, but I swear I thought it was like Mary fucking Poppins on that show. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Okay. This one's from Spoiled Artist. I live by the beach, so the sun is a lot more dangerous than a shark, and way more people get hurt by stingrays and jellyfish. Your analogy doesn't make any sense. You choose to sit on the bench on the beach, you are going to get fried by the sun. You can also get burnt on a cloudy day. When you ignore the real danger, you get burnt in wrinkles and age spots and cancer.
Hun bot shark doo 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 hun bot shark doo doo.
Wow. Thank you for the information about the beach. That was a much better analogy than what paparazzi consultants are using out there right now. Thank you.
See, I love this next comment. This one's from Noelle Alexandria. The woman in the upper right, feisty, question mark? Her attitude is making this hard to watch. It was easier to tune out the clicking than her controlling griping. Plus, she was wrong in the first place. Tracy's daughter was right. The speakers were pointed to directly at the mic.
She only read that one because they said she was right.
Sorry, Boo Boo, for my very stern personality. I'll try to fluff that up for you next time, hun.
Well, we have a comment from Karen Abrams who said, sorry, not Karen Abrams, from Haley Walsh who said, I have to mute when Feisty is talking.
Should we hold up a little sign that says, mute, trigger warning, mute, I'm gonna talk?
Just what was her name?
Haley Walsh.
Haley Walsh. From now on, I'll hold up a thing that says I'm about ready to talk, so that way you can mute, baby boo. That way.
Should we just start scrolling across the bottom? Fuck you alert, fuck you alert, fuck you alert.
Fuck you, Haley. Fuck you, Haley.
Okay. I love how Tracy is always in charge of technology. Like, it's always an adventure when a Gen Xer and an iPad meet up for battle.
I can't. That was fucked up. I can't.
So, that's all true. But the thing you don't seem to understand is I do not give a single fuck. I have taken a hammer to an iPad and I will do it again.
I can't. When Gen X and technology.
You're meeting up for battle.
Okay. Oh shit.
I'm so here for this tea. Paparazzi's imploding, and I'm so glad.
Yay!
Imploding tea. I can't. I'm dying, man.
Jacqueline Heath says, MLM Huns are so pathetic. Can't stand them. But the mother-daughter duo are so cringe, question mark, question mark. What's with the accent and high school mean girl voices? It ruins your points.
We were
What?
trying to have a little fun, honey. Maybe you've not heard of fun.
Jesus.
Wait, what was her name?
Her name is Jacqueline Heath, but she can't actually spell stand wrong, so I'm not that worried about her opinion.
Oh, but I want to hear a high school mean voice, please.
Oh my God, Jerry. What is wrong with your face? If you keep saying fuck your face, it's gonna freeze like that. That is a beautiful dolphin. I am not sure why you are yelling shark. The dolphin is beautiful.
I'm gonna die.
Ah,
Is this tuna dolphin safe?
Is tuna dolphin safe? What the fuck? Okay. This one's a nice comment.
Okay.
Tracy is the epitome of redemption. Your relationship with her is solid proof we're not against the people in MLMs, but the industry itself. The disgusting life-ruining toxic culture of it is what we are actually against, period. But we'll only get there by spreading factual information and educating people. If that's seen as being a bully or mean, then call me Karen, baby.
Oh, I like that. That's right.
Call me
That's
Karen.
nice.
Call me Karen.
I like that. That's nice.
Now I do have to read this comment.
Okay.
This is from Red, Black, White Stripes.
Okay.
Caroline is an icon, a legend. She is the moment.
Did you write that yourself? An icon, a legend. The moment.
Is that like hashtag the weekend?
Yeah, I can.
Is that your new musical performance name? The moment.
The moment.
This comment is from Kim R. This is insane! I'm absolutely floored. The lion, the witch, and the audacity of this bitch.
I love that. That's awesome.
Let me-
I like that.
Let me guess. Is that either Patty Shevlin or Karen Todd?
I think that was a Karen.
That
was
was
a Karen
Karen.
Todd. Yeah.
That was Karen. Don't worry.
That was like what Savannah said. What in the round, get around, I get around just happened here? These people are so funny. I wish I was that witty.
I know.
Jessica Rousseau commented and said, all that stuff is in most makeup. Lead and arsenic?
I'm like, I don't know if you've like time traveled in the Wayback Machine to like 1842 to get you some lip rouge, baby.
Karen,
But it's not in most makeup.
no, stop buying your shit at the dollar store, Karen. Stop.
I mean, is it wet and wild, baby? Let it go.
I would like you to send me a picture of you with Mimi makeup on, for real.
I was just thinking of Mimi from the Drew Carey Show. That's why we're psychic.
Girl,
Creepy.
if you're putting that shit on your face, you got bigger issues than watching Tea Time, my friend.
I'm like, if you have arsenic in your makeup, I'm going to recommend that you perhaps seek medical attention.
Get away from
See,
the dollar store.
Look at this. See, I don't make this up, okay?
Don't make this up.
I love you. Okay. It's not Nickelodeon, bitch. Fuck off. Yes, I'm weak. The clapbacks have left me shook.
Clap back.
Oh, fuck. Geraldine went off. Get it, girl. Karen is shaking, crying, and puking right now.
Oh,
Poor
God.
Jerry cracked the Karen.
These are funny.
I released the Kraken.
Oh my god, Caroline has such energy. Her and Tracy make me cry with joy.
Oh, that's
I
nice.
can make people cry with joy other than just making them like rip their ears
Jerry
off
makes
because
people
we're so
puke.
cringe.
I make people puke. They make people cry with joy. This is an amazing This is just an amazing segment of Tea Time.
Here, thank you.
What is that?
We've been brought refreshments. Thank you. Thank you.
That's
Thank you.
amazing.
Oh my God.
That is amazing.
That was hilarious. We're like,
Wow. How
what'd you
sweet.
get from a beverage? Thank you. So,
How sweet.
was a drive-by fizzy water drop off.
What is it that you're drinking?
Lemon La Croix.
Oh. Huh. How
We
sweet.
call them Crocs here. In the house, we just call them Crocs.
Lemon Crocs.
Don't worry, guys. I'll address the boutique comment. I have one in here.
Okay.
Okay. Bravo, ladies. That Karen Todd has no damn business bothering a busy working professional scientist at all, especially at her workplace. She was doing her job. By the way, Caroline, Feisty, and Tracy, you rock. You are the main reason I watch Tea Time / Clubhouse.
Yeah.
Yay! This one is from Allison Saul. Karen, just stop paparazzi.
People are funny.
Just paparazzi. That's great.
This one's from Spazzin' Jazzin' 99.
Okay.
Karen is in the wrong. She definitely is. I'm not saying she's not. Tea Time has every right to expose her. The only thing I find a little off-putting is the energy they're giving off. The chemist's behavior was being the bigger person, but Tea Time is acting a little, I don't know how to say it.
Petty?
Immature seems like the wrong word. All I'm saying is that when it comes to hunts, it's important to be the bigger person. That doesn't mean don't expose them, but more respectfully than the way they've treated you. I've got to be honest, I feel like federal charges is kind of dramatic. Even if it's technically correct, these types of things aren't worth the court's time.
Really? Say that to paparazzi when they drag me into court. Just say.
I will concede that I was petty because I was super angry and had absolutely no respect for Karen Todd in the moment. I still think she's a raging butt mole, but that being said, we will try to conduct ourselves. No, we won't. I'm lying. Never mind. It's not
I'm like,
happening.
Tracy's speaking for herself because I tried not to use the F word for like 20 minutes and it failed. Epic fail.
What is that funny meme on Facebook that says, if I've offended you in the past, number 1, I'm sorry. Number 2 was a lie. Number 3, fuck off.
That's me all the way. I'm never going to change. If I'm petty, I'm petty. It's just the way that it is.
I just was so fucking fed up after the week of jackasses calling the lab Waypoint Analytical where we had the jewelry tested. Paid for ourselves, by the way. We're not a government agency. We don't owe anyone an explanation. We gave them our results and challenged them to use the same pieces of jewelry and test them themselves. But instead of doing that and hiring a lab, they kept calling our lab and threatening them with things like HIPAA because they so smart.
Yeah.
I'm fed up with Papa Huns. It is not your job. It's not your job. Your job is, I guess, to still sell paparazzi accessories and to speak about them in a positive manner. You don't have to investigate whether or not their jewelry is nickel and lead free. That's actually their job, and that's the point we're making. We have asked them on multiple occasions. We've asked them, ex-consultants have asked them, current consultants have asked them, customers have asked them to produce their testing results to show that they've tested the same jewelry that we tested and that the results were different. Guess what's happened? Nothing.
Any jewelry,
What
Tracy.
the fuck?
We have asked them for any jewelry to be tested, and they will not show us any testing.
That's a bonus, bitches.
What does it say? I can't read it.
Erica Moscow says, your little scientist isn't innocent. She stepped into the arena with her alleged expertise. Sarah's now fair game. Erica, she doesn't have alleged expertise. She has actual expertise. She's a PhD in analytical chemistry, and you are not
Look
correct.
at that. You guys.
Also, fuck off.
It was, dude, that right there is a prime example of paparazzi consultants right there. Alleged, right? She literally has a PhD, and now she's fair game. What are you going to do? Like, go put her in the middle of a bullfight or something? Like,
Because you're a bully, she's fair game. There is no game. You're not a hunter, you fucking cunt. Fuck off!
oh, but I'm the mean one.
That water.
But I'm the mean one.
Okay. This one's from Elk Schumann on Savannah Marie's video. I've been following your channel for quite some time and absolutely loved your videos. But I cringe every time you do a video with the tea time people. I am all for calling out bad hunt behavior, but they are simply mean and condescending bullies. I truly hope you go back to your own style of video, calling out bad behavior in a sassy way, but still respectful and educational. This is not it. That's from Elk Schumann. But Gracie Cat responded and said, Gracie Cat says, I agree. It's more than a bit hypocritical to say that all Huns, even at the top, are victims, and then do a show like this. I get that tea time people probably have a lot to vent out, but I don't think Savannah should dig in too deep with them. It'll hurt her in the long run.
Savannah, it's okay if you want to distance yourself from us, because maybe a dozen of your people think that we're just a bit too harsh. However, I have seen anti-MLM content, and quite frankly, we are a little mild compared to what goes on out there. I am sorry, Cupcake, if I offended you. Wait, no, I'm not.
My God.
Maybe before I do the next tea time, I should write to you and ask you how I should conduct myself, just so I can ensure your viewership. No, never mind.
100% understand, get why they're frustrated about the call and stuff. But calling people names and shouting all the time just isn't needed. It doesn't help get the point across, but rather makes people end the video. Allison says, I couldn't agree more. I support the entire anti-MLM movement in Savannah, but I personally struggle to watch any of the videos with the tea time because of the constant yelling.
Let me whisper.
Wait. I think it's mostly Tracy, to be honest. I think she likes being the center of attention. And then we have Tracy and her daughter somehow give me mean school vibes. Mean school vibes. First of all, I would like to just address this. It is satire. All of it is satire. I find it very hilarious that all these people are taking tea time so fucking seriously. Half of it is satire, but we bring the receipts, we bring the truth, we bring the funniness, we bring the hilarity. We want this shit to be entertaining. Tea time is like the fucking Kardashians of the anti-MLM paparazzi movement. We're fucking the Kardashians right now.
I want to be Kylie.
We're the goddamn Kardashians.
Can I be Kylie?
I'm not fucking the Kardashians. I just want to make that clear.
Okay, hold on. We are not mean girls. I'm not mean girl at all. Neither is Sherry. Neither is my mom.
Oh, I'm mean as fuck. Don't fuck with me.
Okay, well, I'm not.
Did I whisper that? I don't want to offend you by yelling.
I think one thing that needs to be said is...
What is one thing that needs to be said?
None of you, unless you join our clubhouse rooms after the fact, none of you really know our real personalities, because this is our tea time personalities. They're entertaining, they're fun, they're free. We get to do whatever the hell we want. It's fun. It's supposed to be fun. Get your head out of your ass and have some fucking fun. Go drink a goddamn tequila shot and watch our tea time. Thank you.
I mean, tea is for tequila if you're a grumpy bitch.
That came straight from Caroline, so I got nothing.
We're not here to give you the news. We're not CNN or Fox News or MSNBC. We're Tea Time. Tea Time is satire for giving information. We're spilling the tea, right? If you're confused about what we're doing here, we're giving information in a format that we hope gives people a little bit of entertainment so they stick around and understand that this is really hard what we're doing, but we're trying to keep our sense of humor, and we're not going to let anything stop us, including the fact that some of you don't care for the way we deliver the info, and that's okay. There's plenty of other places that you can go to get it. Oh, no, wait, there isn't, because we're the only ones talking about it right now. But please, if you do not appreciate the way we deliver the information, how about you take up the gauntlet yourself? Because until you're willing to put in the hours and hours and hours and hours of unpaid work that Jerry and I do trying to expose this company, I don't care what you think of me. Because I'm doing very important work. And if I get tired and frustrated and want to dump the occasional F-bomb and tell somebody to see you next Tuesday, which is my nice way of saying that you're a cunt, by the way, in case you weren't picking that up. See you next Tuesday, in case you weren't picking up on that.
Wait.
Just wanted to let you all know.
This comment is from Reese London. She would like us to know that the only good thing about Paparazzi and Jerry was Paparazzi tamed her mouth.
Did they? I don't think you understand the definition of tamed.
Rob, what was her name?
Reese London. Sorry, she was so irrelevant I forgot her last name.
Bravo, Reese London. I am so happy that you followed me all 4 years in Paparazzi and you follow me now. Thank you for being a dedicated follower, you dumbass.
Okay. Bruh! I had Sorry, I need a minute. Bruh! I've had such a good
I'm afraid.
Bruh, I've had such a good day and the devil tried me. Y'all ever went to 3 to 100 in seconds? Lord have mercy. Why must these people say my name? I'm over here minding my $5 business. It was thetruth.com until they got rid of your behind. Now I'm your target? I didn't cancel you. You canceled you. Leave me alone or put on the whole armor. Because my goons wear suits, bruh. This one is from Erica Cole.
You mean Ira Simpson, because her account got suspended, so now she's acting like she's her mother on Facebook, which I actually think is impersonating another is actually against Facebook's community standards. Poor Miss Ira Simpson. Yeah.
Jerry, any thoughts?
No. I'm afraid of her goons with suits.
Bat crazy hashtag single white female. She may paint her skin. That is also from Erica Cole.
What?
That's what she said.
What did she just say?
She said bat crazy hashtag single white female. She may paint her skin.
Oh, but I'm the racial one. Oh, but I'm the racist.
Yo.
You can't make
have
up.
Here's the receipt.
You can't make this shit up.
If she didn't do anything wrong, why is she worried about us exposing? If we're wrong, I guess we'll embarrass ourselves publicly, right?
You can't make this shit up.
You know, all I keep saying is these people keep saying we're liars, but they're not refuting any of our receipts. That's the thing that blows my mind. You want to say we're a liar. You're a liar. You're irrelevant. None of this is accurate. It's all false. Then where's your proof? Because we come with receipts every time. Where's your proof?
We don't know if it was paparazzi jewelry they submitted. Tracy sells costume jewelry herself. I sell costume jewelry.
I don't sell any jewelry, but okay.
I would like to know what's in her jewelry, or maybe it was her own jewelry she submitted to be tested.
Sure.
We were not there to witness, and many could have been spreading lies by these women who have a personal beef with paparazzi. Tracy, please show us your test results since you're so concerned with jewelry materials. IJS. What's in that costume jewelry you sell? Inquiring minds want to know.
Well, number one, I don't sell anything. Number two, why don't you go to the lab and get the jewelry tested?
Yeah,
I don't actually have to submit my jewelry for testing because mine says what? Nothing, because I don't sell it. Caroline's jewelry has
Do we want to turn that? I can do this now. I have an album. I can do this
Oh,
shit
should
now.
we?
I can
Okay.
do this shit now. I'm
Oh
fired up now, Janet.
God, Lord. I wanted to
Mary, can
that
I
in
do
now.
it?
Okay, hold on. Because now Caroline's going to go all the way fucking off. Like deep end. I wanted to end this. This is going to be
It's not worth it. Who is this person?
another
Who are you?
35 minutes. I'm going to go to the bathroom because Caroline's going to go fucking off.
We only tell bits and pieces. I have interesting screenshots and video of you all in action. I used to look forward to tea time. It was interesting in the beginning. Making fun of consultants over and over is disgusting. I'm so looking forward to March. So I'm not sure what you think is going to happen in March, Janet Radley.
Are you gonna send me a birthday present?
Oh, is that what it is? She's referring to your birthday.
Are you gonna send me
Okay.
a birthday present, Janet?
Oh, that's adorable. So you're just threatening us here on Tea Time like every other paparazzi bully? Because all we've talked about today
Because she's a bully.
is the specific behavior that we've witnessed from
'Cause
paparazzi
she's a
accessories
bully.
and people who have decided to take up their cause. So I guess you're a supporter of paparazzi accessories and their bullying behavior.
Yep,
so that's
That's
sad.
because she's a bully.
But that's okay. I guess that you're welcome to your opinion about whether we are or are not interesting anymore. And if we're so uninteresting, I'm not sure why you're here. So my suggestion to you is probably to fuck off and maybe go find something else to do on Tuesdays.
Oh yes. Do you want? Janet Radley has been bullying me. Janet Radley has been bullying me for months. So basically, Janet Radley, and I have all the receipts here. Janet Radley, is a former paparazzi consultant. She was an obsessive fan. And I don't care who you are, how much you're trying to stick yourself up my mom's ass. I'm going to call you out on your bullshit.
Wow.
She started a clubhouse room and talked shit about our admins, saying that they don't work hard enough, that the posts that go in the group trigger her and it's the admin's fault. And I said, no. Do not blame my admins. I don't care who you are. Do not talk about my admins. Okay? Do not talk about them. They work the hardest out of everybody, even almost as much as we do. Our admins work just as hard. We love our admins. So I said, that is not okay. Do not do that. I don't care who you are. Do not do that. So Janet has made multiple TikToks bashing me, a minor, as you can see. And here we go.
Radley doesn't care for either Caroline or I. Then why is she on Tea Time?
Why are you on Tea Time, Janet? Why are you on Tea Time? Why are you on Tea Time?
Look,
Because she
look.
also, what did your shirt say?
Just kidding. Don't touch me.
So she also made a Facebook Live. Okay.
Oh, she made fun of Caroline's makeup.
She made a whole live video talking about me, you guys. So this is Janet Radley. Since she had the balls to get on Tea Time, I've had this album saved, Janet, for months. I've just been waiting for you to make your move. So thank you for making your move.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
This is Janet Radley, everyone.
Her picture on the TikTok, I don't care. Do it. Being that little brat can cuss the way I've never.
Oh, well, now you have.
No, I've heard my son cuss.
Probably you.
The way that you are allowed to, and that you allow your child on Tea Time.
Yep.
Is disgusting.
Oh, if you're so disgusted, please
And
tune out.
How you guys all giggle and think it's hilarious to be making fun of and bullying consultants.
Who would that be, Janet?
Another shame on you, because you, me, all of us in that group were consultants.
Yes,
And as many times as I've done live to make people aware of paparazzi and their disgusting ways and their toxic jury, I'm so ill. I lost track of.
Not ill enough to shut the fuck up.
I'm trying to say there's so many things. But anyways, I recorded all the Tea Times. You can get rid of Tea Times. I would think that anybody would look at that and just laugh it right out of court with that language, that mouth, what she looks like.
What I look like? Thank you, bitch.
So now she's
Wait,
got
wait, wait,
criticism
wait.
about
There's even
Caroline
more.
and what she
There's
looks
even
like.
more.
Because I don't believe anybody body shamed you, Janet.
Who knows if she was body shaming me? I don't.
She said what you look like, so that's shaming.
Okay.
Thanks a lot,
What
Jan.
she looks like. But go for it. I don't care. Really, I don't care anymore. And like I said, if you don't want me talking about you, keep my name out of your mouth. Or at least let it be facts. Because, I tried to warn you, Tracy, that I was promoting your group that you and Jerry started. The two people that started that group got canceled, fired from paparazzi. Whether or not it's for ridiculous reasons, because there are some now that are just for being in your group got canceled from paparazzi. That doesn't matter. If you look at it from the outside, you two that started the group that were in it for years, now are trying to take down paparazzi. You talk about their jewelry so toxic, but yet you're selling it. And I tried to tell you this, Tracy, that what that looks like, because I've been having messages because Me Dummy referred them to your group.
Okay, Janet. Right. So you're against bullying, right, Janet? But you're the bully.
Yeah, a bully calling someone a bully.
You're
It's
the
cute.
bully, and
I think what that's called is gaslighting. But that's okay.
You know my thought on it. I just don't think she's all there. So
she's not.
let it go.
But I guess she has enough free time when not working her own business or moving on with her life that she doesn't support paparazzi, but she wants to get on here and bash us. So I have, deflect much. There we go.
Well, the bashing started when we asked her not to go on other paparazzi consultants' live shows and bully them. Like, this is, I swear to God, all this started when we simply asked her to not go on other paparazzi live shows and bully them. Now, we're talking about people who were not bashing dead people in paparazzi from convention, like Smurf Girl. These were innocent people selling. It wasn't the Erica Coles.
Yes.
It wasn't the Michelle Johnnies. It wasn't the Monica Vaughns. We're talking about innocent paparazzi consultants just trying to do their show, and she was bashing them. Okay. So we asked her not to do it. That's when all this started. She was enraged that we had the audacity to ask her not to bully. And then she flips it that we're disgusting and we are the bullies. So it's been nonstop. And the hypocrisy of it all is just insane. I went on one consultant's live show one time, Smurfette with the blue hair, and she was literally disparaging the consultants that passed away from convention, and it set me aflame. I was livid. How dare her praise and lift that company up to Jesus while she said everybody who died at convention, it was their own damn fault and they should have had more common sense. I blew up. Showed up on her live show, and all I said was, funny how you can preach about the founders and say how amazing it is. You don't give two shits about the consultants that passed away, but you're a Christian. And she, of course, flipped out and said that I was the devil and Holy Spirit activate, right? It was fucking
Holy Spirit activate. Holy Spirit
So,
activate.
And so
time I've
she just
ever-
wants to try and bully us now.
From
and
from the
we
time
stood
I
up
was
for
in
her.
paparazzi to now, I'd never gone on anybody's live show or made fake accounts, PP Patty, like you make fake accounts, all the fucking bullshit that all these paparazzi consultants do. That's the first time I've ever done it, and I don't regret it. And Smurf Hair deserved it. And if I wasn't blocked, I'd still be doing it every single time she brings up those people who've passed away from convention.
Because it's disgusting.
It's disgusting.
I'm sorry that you don't appreciate my cussing, but honestly,
Don't care. Fuck off.
I
It's
don't
not-
cuss I don't cuss much in my everyday life, so I don't really have to worry about your opinion. Tea Time's an outlet for being as free as you want, saying whatever the fuck you want, and living your best fucking life, which you can't say, Janet. What I think is really funny too, Janet, is the fact that I have a recording of you on a Clubhouse talking about, or a live show, I can't remember, it's right here though in the album, talking about how you're a nurse so you can diagnose yourself with depression. As someone who was actually diagnosed with depression, I find that incredibly offensive. But that's just me. That's just me.
Yeah, because you're not a medical doctor. You shouldn't be diagnosing anybody with anything. But if you're self-aware enough to feel like you have a mental illness, I hope that you get treated for it and
Agreed.
leave my kid alone, because she doesn't need any help with her personal insecurities by being judged by an adult for things that we don't judge her for in our house. And since I am the parent here, I'm not interested in your opinion. I raised my daughter to feel free to speak her mind. That's how we actually deal with our feelings here in Tea Time. The things that we deal with and get information about on a daily basis are enraging. They are personally enraging. In fact, we were enraged on your behalf when Patty Shevlin mocked you for having a stroke. Yeah. We were enraged on your behalf. But I guess as long as it's pointed in your direction, it's not offensive. But since defending you was okay, but not defending everybody else's opinion is not okay, I suggest you find something else to watch on Tuesdays. You are irrelevant to us and our work. You're not helping us, so therefore you're not part of the solution. You can find something else to do, Janet. How about you stop distracting the people during the real work to try to bring paparazzi accessories down and go about your business, whatever that may be. And by the way, we don't sell paparazzi accessories anymore, Janet. Not since we got our test results back that showed that they were toxic. So your opinions are both misinformed and unwelcomed. And I hope you have a nice day.
Okay. That was actually a lot shorter than I thought it was going to be, so I'm very impressed. I'm impressed.
Well, we were trying to keep it at an hour, and Janet caused it to go over. And
I don't know. Do you guys, Jerry, I know you didn't hear about this. Do you guys want me to do the mic drop, which is...
Yeah.
Okay. Calling Nicole.
Okay, but can you show the TikTok that they made of me? I haven't seen it yet.
Yes.
Can we do a real live reaction of the TikTok?
Do we have receipts? Because if we don't have receipts, I don't think we should.
Oh, about that.
I want you to know that in the middle of this video, Caroline sent me a note that says, "Tilt your camera down. You look like an Oompa Loompa."
I was
talking about clapback comments.
I love it.
You thought they were gonna help you? Nope. They blurred out your face though.
Oh
no! That's no fun.
No, we are ex-paparazzi consultants. We don't want to buy your shit. If there's any ex-paparazzi consultant on here who wants to buy more paparazzi shit, get the fuck off the page. What are you doing? We don't want to buy your shit. What? What are you doing? This is not your personal going out of business page, y'all. Ever. Ever. What the fuck is wrong with these people? And we get it.
There's more though. Don't wait.
Why is she making videos about Jerry?
I'm going to keep it. That's really good. By the way, if you're in Crack the Crown, this isn't your personal going out of business page. We don't want you selling your shit on our page. That's me. That's me. That's for real. I'm going to put this on my TikTok. Okay, next.
So,
I'm exposed, y'all.
And it wasn't a man, laughing face, maybe she needs it. The caption is, "Oh, and it wasn't a man." That's too much information.
selling your paparazzi shit now. My whole goal is to make it impossible for people to sell their fucking paparazzi. And here's a clue. Because this is what got me off. It wasn't a man. This is what pissed me off. Okay? When I see people coming after Tracy Reed for ousting the crap in the jewelry. Me and Tracy, okay? Most Tracy did a couple without me because I have been fucking busy. I'm on one. When you guys are coming after Tracy and saying, how are we supposed to sell our stuff now? Because you're telling everybody it's shit. It's shit. It's shit. My whole purpose is to bring the truth about paparazzi. Is to make it impossible for people to sell their fucking time selling your paparazzi shit now.
Period. I don't see anything that's wrong with that.
I'm still confused on how I'm so exposed. This is true.
This is
We're
public
not
video.
tiptoeing through the daisies to make sure that we keep everything under wraps so you can sell your shit. If it's shit, it's shit. I'm going to tell you guys it's shit. And if anybody had more to lose on that, it was Tracy than anybody else. Well, me, but I'm okay.
Oh, Colleen is on here.
Oh, is she on Tea Time?
Colleen.
Are you back from visiting your boyfriend in jail? Are visiting hours over?
Oh my God! What was he charged with? What was it?
I believe
Possession
it's
of
public
LSD,
LSD, and-
Xanax.
Oh, and a weapon? Some kind of weapon.
Oh yeah, he was carrying a weapon, but he can't carry a weapon because he's been in jail twice.
I don't
this
know about
year,
that.
Or
I don't
twice
know
in
about that.
2021.
I just know that we got sent his public record today by someone who's concerned. Yeah. Oh, Ladybird said DUI. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah,
cool.
DUI too.
Yeah.
DUI too. That's great. You're having your child around that. That's fantastic.
Yeah. But you have time to make TikToks. Yeah.
Please get the help you need for your addiction. I'm being dead ass serious. I really hope she gets the help she needs.
Not a good time to show up, Colleen Nicole. Not a good time.
Nope.
God. I think that's a good mic drop. Can we end it now?
No, it gets
No.
better.
It
Okay.
gets better?
It gets better, Jerry. You're going to be pissed after you see this one.
Oh, yeah, this is gross.
This is real gross. So this is on one of Colleen's friends' lives. She comments and said, they're talking about their trip to Disney. She comments and says, and we're all disabled. We're good. Laughing face. Colleen comments that. And here's the video where she was talking, where the girl was talking to Colleen.
Oh yes, girl. And we're all Colleen, I cannot do it. baby, we're gonna be hopping the lines, bitch. She said we're all the same. She said it. She has the disabled pass. She said we're all disabled. We're good. Colleen, yes, girl, we're good.
I'm so glad that you can use your physical handicap to jump the line at Disney World and bring all of your friends.
What the fuck?
That's pretty gross.
It just never ceases to stop. I can't. Bravo, Colleen Nicole. Bravo.
I'm not even giving her a tiny hand clap.
I
That's paparazzi accessories and all of their acolytes. They don't respect anybody with a real disability. Although I was told she has some kind of a seizure disorder, so maybe she is legitimately handicapped. But I don't think that is a ticket to laugh about jumping lines at Disney World. Maybe I think that joke is in poor taste, but I make a lot of jokes in poor taste. So I guess we'll just leave that up to the public.
Why are you here if you're triggered by us, Colleen? Why are you here?
This is true. She did claim that we triggered her and put her into cyberbullying, even though she doxed you guys.
Oh, but wait.
You
She
guys,
doxed us.
right?
She had
Put
it.
our entire family at risk.
I hope that she has headphones on so that anybody with sensitive ears isn't offended.
So, so confused.
I'm so perplexed why people are appalled that this woman who locked all of her downline in the house with her boyfriend with a gun in his possession, not sure why this shocks anybody.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
She said it, not me.
Hey, if you're in Colleen Nicole's downline, ask her why she wasn't allowed to go to the Elite Summit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she made sure to dox us all and put our actual families at risk.
Yeah.
Put our actual families at risk.
But she wouldn't answer her door when the police were knocking on it.
No, probably couldn't. Probably was scared that her boyfriend would get arrested again for possession.
But that's okay. Everything's fine now, I'm sure.
Good job bailing him out.
Oh, did she bail him out?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because that's all public record,
Because
Colleen.
someone said
just like
something,
our address.
Yeah.
So if you want to blast our address, we'll go ahead and blast
your whole life.
Your whole life. Because it's all public.
Any more opinions you'd like to express? Maybe make a TikTok video about?
Yeah, please post this on your Facebook and cry about
how do you feel about orange jumpsuits? Is it a color that you enjoy? Yeah.
Anywho,
you guys are nasty. I'm not in jail. Adam isn't in jail. No one is in jail. Not
Seizures. Yes, I was hospitalized for a seizure because you all are trying to make false claims. We're not trying to make false claims.
They're all facts.
We have proof. It's called science. I know you're familiar with it because it sounds like you enjoy chemistry and mixing up compounds.
Look it. We're done. We're gonna. Thanks, Colleen. Thanks.
I mean, she went to nursing school.
Shut the fuck up.
Chemistry, right?
Shut the fuck up. Okay, we're gonna see you guys in Clubhouse for after tea time. This has been a ride at Disneyland. That's all I gotta say about that.
But you know what? We didn't get the short pass. I'm not sure. I mean,
and keep making posts about us, Colleen, because
that's why she's got extra time.
Notice how we didn't block any. We
didn't block
you,
her,
but she blocked all of us
But she's on here making comments.
She can make
but we can't respond to. But
peace.
people keep texting them to us.
She can harass us in peace.
Yeah.
By blocking us. Good job, girl.
Okay.
Last act.
I mean,
Last
seriously? You don't have anything else to do. It must be all the extra free time you have from getting that short line pass for your handicapped self at Disney World. You got all the extra
now we have
time.
Ashley in Gagolia.
Oh, God.
Fuck all you guys in Caroline. You're 17. Stop. Oh.
I will never stop defending my family. Period. I will never stop defending my family. And I count Jerry as my family. And I will never stop defending them. Ever.
Thanks, Boo.
Hey, Gorgonzola, the Cream Ridge, New Jersey police have a report waiting for you as well. So I suggest you step off, Super Hun.
You guys, can look at y'all. All of you paparazzi people who have criminal records, can you please stop commenting? Please just do yourself a favor. I don't have one. You could try to find one, but I don't have one. Dude, we got mug shots of Karen Todd. You know what I'm saying? Like, we could keep on going.
Shots of Karen Todd. Yeah.
Y'all.
Oh, okay. Colleen Nicole's last name is Sugalski. It's Sugalski.
Oh, she said you just opened a can of worms because now my lawyer can take over.
Okay, good. I guess he's got some free time, with all the pending court dates, but okay, sure.
It's public record, Boo.
Yeah.
They didn't dox. They didn't dox you. You doxed them.
Yeah.
Anyhow, we're gonna see you guys in Clubhouse. I'm sure.
Feel free to join us, Colleen.
Yeah, Colleen, you can come on Clubhouse too.
Feel free to chat.
Oh my gosh, I'm sneezing. I seem to be allergic to bullshit. Oh, sorry. My bad.
You gotta say it.
Oh, a real one, not you, Tracy.
Oh, that's so cute. A real one, not you, Tracy. Oh,
A
She
real
is a
one
real
what?
one.
it doesn't
Feel
matter.
free to post her law practice when it opens up again. Promote us, girl. Promote
Oh
us.
yeah, please do share.
Please share.
Yeah,
Please share.
or don't. Yeah.
Yep. Oh, no thanks. Liars and disgusting. Oh, yes, yes.
Oh, she has so many opinions.
No thanks.
It's
She
so
doesn't want to come to
cute.
Clubhouse, but she can post in comments.
Aw.
She can't actually talk to us face to face.
Okay, say it, Tracy. I'm waiting for it. We can't end this.
See you next Tuesday.